Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet, and welcome back to Redneck Radio, the live stream where you get a extra healthy side helping of colored greens. Oh, that sounds good. I do love me some Southern style colored greens. With me, as always, is Irate Bear. How you doing, Bear?
Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you're all well. I am good. Thank you very much, Bloodwing. I'm a lot better than what I was yesterday. But yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. And starting the day off right with a super chat. Thank you, Cryptic. Discharge. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Vanilla Bear hates that word. By the way, woman, discharge. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, and as luck would have it, on my screen, she posted right below it. So, Necrosol says, "Hello, you old coot and limey skimmer." Hey, you know, I own it. I'm an old coot.
What did I say to you earlier about calling me a limey?
Kyler says, "Yes, I want a snappy title." That's what happens when I can't think of a nice title. I just think of something sarcastic to say about that all that comes out. So, yeah, sorry, man. Ain't gonna get one today.
What you want for nothing, a snappy title.
That's right. But yeah, I hope everybody in the chat's doing good. Having a good day so far. Before I forget to say so, please like and share the stream, because you know YouTube's not gonna. And if you want to go a step further and help me out monetarily, there is Super Chat. And there's also links to my Streamlabs and Patreon in the description. So
indeed. Share it out, guys. Get it out there. Support them. Support the old man.
Leave it to my daughter, Mama Minnie, to get the title reference. She says, "I want a rubber biscuit for nothing." You probably don't get that, Bear, but it's an old Blues Brothers song called Rubber Biscuit.
Oh, okay.
But,
sounds dirty. Sounds dirty.
No, it's a nonsense song, is what it is. It's a good song, but it's a nonsense song.
Okay.
There's a line in it that says, "What do you want?" Where Dan Aykroyd says, "What do you want for nothing? A rubber biscuit?"
I think I'm going to have to start bombarding your DMs with some news.
My DMs?
Yeah, but not just yet. I'll do it in a second.
Okay.
We've been up to?
Oh, about 6 foot. Last I checked. And yeah, I know you didn't know they stacked it that high. But not too much, you know. Getting in on the hashtag on the Twitter. I refuse to apologize for.
Oh, yeah, I did get involved.
I thought about it before I did. And, you know, I said, I refuse to apologize for being a boomer, being a redneck, being conservative, for my personal faith. And then the last thing was for being a fan of the band Rush. And amazingly, it was the last one that everybody picked up on and started coming at me about playfully. But
Sean, I'm glad you enjoyed the video, mate. I just released a video over on Irate Alex. I'll shill later, obviously, but it was about a bit of drama, a bit of month-old long drama, which is basically 10 years in internet time. I know. It was just relevant to what this week is, with it being Mental Health Awareness Week / month for you guys in America. It was a argument over a tweet. Would you believe that spawned a 7-minute video? Yeah, I did. I think I explained this on Tuesday. Boogie tweeted out some very vague, not really to the point advice, and it was not the best advice, I'd say, to deal with anxiety. Lots of people took issue with it. A guy called 8 Thoughts made a video responding to him. The 8 Thoughts video wasn't much fucking better, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I responded to both of them, and I agreed and disagreed with their points.
Yeah, poor Boogie. He pulls me two different directions. Sometimes I feel, empathy for the guy, and then other times I just want to reach through the screen and slap him silly.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
Same, same.
I mean, you would think, and good on him for doing what he can to help mental health, or preparedness or whatever you want to call it. But Boogie, don't you think you want to get your own act together before you start giving other people advice?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's not so much that. I mean, he's obviously come a long, long way
Yeah.
since he was obviously young, because he obviously dealt with a lot of abuse and stuff from family
Yeah.
and people that he sort of interacted with as a kid, and obviously was abused by a girlfriend and whatnot later on in life. But yeah, he disappoints me a lot of the time. Like when he bent the knee to Anita Sarkeesian, just like when he was on that frigging panel, saying that he acknowledged that he has white privilege. And of course, he then allowed her to gob off at him behind closed doors.
Oh, it's a good thing it wasn't me. Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Absolutely remember the instance. It's a good thing it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I'd have lit her up.
yeah, like most people probably would. And his tweet was just really vague. It was if you're suffering from anxiety, get therapy, get medicated, and was like, hold on a moment. What type of anxiety are we talking about here? Why did you not say go to the doctors and get a diagnosis?
Yeah, and then if medication is prescribed as a good treatment, then okay. But
yeah. Boogie's advice should have pretty much been read like this. If you think you're suffering from anxiety or any other mental health disorder, go and see your doctor and have a discussion with you, and don't let them fob you off.
Yeah, just like the stream, a couple streams back that we spoke in length upon the subject. If you're having issues, get help.
Yeah. I'm sorry to bring up that topic again. Obviously, I don't want to make the stream about it again, because obviously last stream was all about mental health and stuff. But I've just made the video about it, and I kind of wanted to explain it, and I spent a good 20 minutes talking about it. So yeah. And we have Peter Almond and Old Grouchy Gamer. And
Angry Illinoisan, he gets it too. Nice rubber biscuit reference, of course.
There you go. I'm going to bombard your DMs in a moment.
All right. I think they can handle it.
With some news.
I think they can handle it. And thinking of handling it, thank you, Citron, for the donation. Screw that disingenuous ham beast. And thank you, Cryptic, for the donation. Boogie is a big, fat, beta cut.
Yeah, that's pretty much what 8 Thoughts said in his video. He spent the first minute just calling him fat and an idiot.
Well, today I seen a tweet by him, and I can't tell if he's trolling or not. I really can't tell. I was looking through the thread and was trying to figure it out. But he's talking about pretty much just blocking everybody. If you're mean to him or mean to others, he's going to block you. And if you're always negative, then he's going to block you, which is his choice. But I'm like, really?
He'd be there for a bloody long while. How many followers does he have? Friggin'
I'm not sure.
696,000 followers on Twitter. Good luck. You'll be there for a long time, mate.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this. It's 11 hours ago, this tweet. My new social media policy. If you are toxic, I block you. I blocks you, darling. If you are mean to me or others, I blocks you, darling. If you call people names, I unblock you, darling. If you are rude ass, I block you. If your profile is largely negative, I block you. Because I am blocking most of you. Yeah. Basically, I'm blocking most of it. You're not. You're really not. You'd be there for a long time.
Necrosol, good luck, dude. Says, okay, see you guys. I'm headed for an interview. Good luck.
Good luck, mate. Good luck.
Thanks for stopping by before you went.
I was actually a bit gutted today, mate. I had a bit of good news come my way, and then it was immediately slapped down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a text message saying, "Hi, Alex. We'd like to invite you to an interview. Can you please call me back?" And I was like, "Yes, finally, a job that I want has offered an interview." And I called him up, and I said to him, "I was like, did you read the covering letter that I included with my resume?" He was like, "No, we haven't read that." And I was like, "Oh no, here we go." And I explained to him, the situation that I pretty much just need like nights, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that." I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
There you go. Sometimes in the very same breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm not, upset about it. It's just like, oh, huh.
Angry Illinoisan asked if I'd heard that Ric Flair is back in the hospital with something said as being serious. No, I had not heard that, but I'm not surprised. He's getting up there, dude. I mean, I was watching Ric Flair when I was a young man. When I was a teenager, I was watching Ric Flair. So not surprised. Yeah, I had something like that last night. You all are aware that I'm trying to get the disability, and I have an outside company that's trying to help me get it. And that company called me last night, which, by the way, to call with a recorded call, it's like a robot kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then to put you on perpetual hold, saying they want to talk to you, but then you're on perpetual hold waiting for them to get to you is not a way to. That's just not good customer service, in my opinion.
I concur. I do concur. I hate that.
But when I finally did get to talk to a real human being, and while I'm waiting, I'm thinking, well, good, maybe they've heard something about my disability because it's about that time. They said they should have word any time now. Good. I hope they tell me that I got it, or at least let me know something, even if I didn't get it. And yeah, no, it's just they wanted to catch up on information.
Okay.
I'm like, geez, you got me all fired up over nothing.
Yeah, I hate that. And Peter wants me to stroke you under the chin.
Yeah, well, that's what a lot of my grandkids have done, especially when we're really tiny. They're little kids are just fascinated with my beard and have to run their fingers through it. And good thing I'm not whatever you would call that. If I'm not tender-headed, but you wouldn't call that with your beard tender-headed because it's on your face. But it doesn't hurt me that much to pull my beard. So
yeah.
And little kids are apt to grab a handful and give it a yank.
Yeah, Zombie Teddy there in the chat is saying about the accent I was doing before. I didn't really think I was doing a German accent until I got to the last sentence. I'm one of those people who tries to do an accent and ends up doing another one. But I'm glad it makes your hair stand on end, Zombie Teddy.
Yeah, that's the way people clipping their nails does me. Oh, I don't know.
I've got my nail clippers right here, mate. I can start
I'll
away.
kick you out of the hangout.
Well, I'm willing to test that theory.
That you can ask Mama Minnie if she's still listening there. I don't know why it is, but the noise of somebody clipping their nails or toenails just goes right through me. It's like, can't stand it.
You can't stand it.
Can't stand it.
Indeed. What else has been going on today? I just looked at my Twitter feed and there's an article from Campus Reform, and the thumbnail they've got is a donkey. Well, it looks like a donkey screaming.
A screaming donkey. Did somebody set AOC's butt on fire or something?
I'm going to send it to you. In fact, I'm going to drop it in the chat. Then the chat can go see the image as well. It seems college students are turning to therapy donkeys.
Alrighty then.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
I didn't either. I mean, I have had experience with not necessarily donkeys, but with mules, which would be the next best thing in my opinion, because you know they are half donkey, half horse. They're really awful critters. Mean.
Oh, I'm going to get that article. I'm going to send it to you as well, just in case you want it to read. I mean, I've heard of service animals.
Yeah.
I know you can have all different kinds of ones. I mean, we had that. We had the therapy alligators, didn't we, a couple of months back?
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be honest with you, I think is a lot worse than that story. If I'm honest, like a donkey makes a lot more sense to me to be as a service animal. For people who might need that kind of thing.
Well, at least with a therapy donkey, you can ride it down to the corner store.
And
get some use out of it.
Well, I mean, there's got to be somebody in Florida who rides alligators. Like, I mean, it's Florida.
Well, I'm almost sure it's probably a sport.
Yeah,
alligator riding,
alligator jousting.
Thank you, Cryptic, for the donation. Middle Easterns would prefer therapy camels.
Yeah,
probably
would, yeah.
Or goats.
It's a different kind of therapy.
That is.
Peter Almond says therapy donkeys. What's next? Guide mice. 3 guide mice.
There you go.
Feed them some cheese. That'll get you going.
I want some cheese.
I want some cheese.
Wow.
You can't have my cheese.
I want all the cheese.
No, it's my cheese. You can't have it.
Stingy old limey.
That's racist. B Junkie wants a therapy red panda. I mean, I know that there are service animals and stuff, cats, dogs, mostly dogs, of course, because obviously they could be trained very well for this kind of stuff. And they make sense, most of them are, they're manageable sizes, and they're obviously breeds that are quite smart and are capable of, doing all kinds of things. But donkey, I mean, there's going to be a lot of poo.
Yeah. A lot of big poo.
Yeah.
Mama Minnie chiming in there. Better late than never, sweetheart. Because I said that a while ago. Can't even do. She's talking about clipping the fingernails. Can't even do it in the other room. And she's correct. I don't know. Can't stand it.
What is it with people in you and your family, man? Because like you can't stand the nail clippers, and J-Kid can't stand the sound of people eating, can he?
No,
like even himself.
And he'll admit that too. He doesn't even like it when he's. I could remember. I'll give you an example of how bad he is about that. When he was the last time he was staying here with us, he was in the back bedroom playing something on his computer. I was all the way out here in the front room eating a bag of Doritos, and he jumps up and slams the bedroom door. So, yeah, he can't. No, can't do it.
There are certain sounds that I can't stand as well. Like I can't stand the sound of people who eat with their mouth open and they're like smacking their lips. Drives me mad.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, like that's probably a little bit more rational than someone clipping their toenails or something. But, I mean, if anything, like the reason why you should not like it is because their nails fly off, land in your cup of coffee.
It's not that. It's something about the sound of it. It just goes right through me and gives me what my mom used to call the idjit. That feeling you get when somebody runs their fingernails down a chalkboard.
Yeah. I don't think most people can stand the sound of nails on a chalkboard, but I had a friend. Now, obviously, I think you can all agree that the sound of what happens when you drag a knife or fork along a ceramic plate That horrible sound.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awful,
similar.
isn't it?
It's very
Yeah.
similar to the chalkboard.
But I had a mate who couldn't stand the sound of the knife and fork hitting the plate. So like if you put your knife and fork down, you know, and it makes the sound of you dropping it onto the plate, he would cringe.
He wouldn't be able to work in a restaurant then, would he?
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. I don't think he does anyway. But there are when it comes to me, I think it's a lot more to do with touch. There are things like there are lots of things that I irrationally so can't stand the feel of.
Mama Minnie comes in. There's another thing about JK that can't stand cotton, either the sound or the word. So yeah, and then if you think that's strange, Furry Kitten comes in at the end and says, "But I can't touch cotton wool." So yeah, there's two mentioned in the chat right there.
Don't you hate the feeling of a wet plastic bag or just wet plastic?
I'm sorry, my wife was saying something to me at the same time you did, and I didn't catch it, Bear. What'd you say?
I said, I've lost it now. The feel of a wet plastic bag or anything that's like plastic and wet. Can't stand the feeling of it. And you know those rain jackets, you know, the material they're made out of?
Right.
Can't stand the feeling of that.
Well, you know, it just goes to show, I think everybody probably has something like that they don't like, you know, that bothers them.
Yeah. In fact, in my house, even though I'm the stay-at-home husband and I do all the household chores and stuff, I will not wash up mugs.
Mugs? Why not?
I can't stand it. I just physically can't stand it. I'll wash plates. I'll wash cutlery. I'll wash all the pots and pans. But I will not wash mugs. Coffee, tea mugs. I won't wash them. I can't stand the feel of them in water.
You'd have a hard time at my house then with all the coffee I drink.
I have this like image that you only have one coffee mug and it's just stained, but you don't wash it because it keeps the flavor.
You don't know how close to truth you are under some circumstances. Now, I have several mugs here at the house, and I do trade them out and wash them. But when I worked, I would keep one mug at work and would just rinse it out. But that was it. Just, you know, rinsing. So.
I've just been sent the story from Demon Lord from the Pluralist. London police mocked for confiscating a spoon in dangerous weapons bust. What's in? Oh, it's the Regent's Park one. Okay, I did actually see this. What's funny about this is that was actually a year ago.
Oh yeah, is that in reference to that tweet that we all saw with the picture?
Yeah, the one with the spoon.
Yeah, and
I'm fairly sure there's a fencing sword in.
Yeah, I saw that too.
God, that's so Pat, British. Hey. It's so bloody British, isn't it?
It is. It is.
I'm fairly sure there's a I forget what they're called now. The meat sticks in there. The ones that you have like kebab meat on. I forget what they're called, but there's a rusty spoon in there. A tablespoon.
What's it gonna do? Scoop your eyeballs out?
I guess so. I mean, there's a couple of bread knives in there. A couple of knives that you'd probably like just use to butter your bread in the morning, you know, for toast. Yeah, is it meat skewer, or is it? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Skewer, yeah.
There's one of them in there. That's a bit weird. It's like, what are you gonna do with that? You're just going to hit someone with it, surely. Like, you can't stab them with it.
Maybe they're trying to be prepared for a barbecue.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You don't know.
Pretty sure there's a rapier in there as well. But yeah, it's pretty interesting that, you know, even I jumped on it without looking at the date. And the fact that you have the pluralist here reporting on it when the tweet itself is a year old.
Yeah.
Well,
that happens from time to time. Things will reappear because somebody discovers it for the first time, puts it back on Twitter, and then it makes its rounds.
Be junkie. I'm fairly sure being stabbed hurts a lot more than someone twatting you with one of them. And I know a few people who have been stabbed pretty grimly. So I've actually had two friends who've both been stabbed in the friggin' lung, and had a friend who was actually slashed to the point where he would nearly died.
Oh, I had a friend I used to work with back in this happened in the very early 90s or the very late 80s, very early 90s, I think. That was nearly killed. He was stabbed at a local racetrack. Somebody snatched a woman's purse and went running by, and as the guy went to run by him, he socked him one in the face, knocked him down. But when the guy come up, he come up with a knife and gutted him just about stem to stern.
Oh, damn.
He survived.
Wait, now it says 2019. What? Right.
Well, there was that other picture. There was that other picture with like pliers and stuff that was on the picture.
Oh,
yeah.
That
one I think is.
I'm confusing them. My bad.
Yeah.
Because but it's just the ridiculousness of it, I guess, is confusing me. They've actually posted another one. They've actually retweeted Camden police. 21 hours ago, they confiscated a hammer. I'm fairly sure that's a extended Allen key, a screwdriver, a very weird looking knife, actually. I'm not sure whether that would be used. I don't know what that'd be used for, actually. I don't know what type of knife that is. And what is that in the bag? I'm gonna have to show you this. I'll have to share screen. Hold on. There we go.
We just need to smuggle you and your family here. That would solve the problem.
Well, that's an Allen wrench.
Yeah.
There's a hammer, an Allen wrench, a bit screwdriver, a knife, and I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a hockey puck from here.
I think it's a bit too small to be a hockey puck. It looks
it's
like
tape. It's tape.
That's not tape.
Yeah, it's backing tape. It says it. Wait a minute.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's the bag. That's the bag,
label
Maddie.
Of the bag. Sorry.
That looks like it could be like a little tub of concealer, maybe?
Probably.
Or a magnet? A compass?
I
don't friggin' know. A circular thing.
It's a compass because you do not know the way.
Yeah. We call these Allen keys.
Yeah.
In the UK.
We do too.
Or Allen wrench. Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. Allen tool. Allen. What type of knife is this? Is it like
a paring knife. It's a paring knife.
A paring knife? Mm-hmm. It sounds romantic.
It's not that kind of paring.
It is in London.
It's basically a knife that most people use to like peel potatoes and anything that needs to be peeled with. And you can dice with it and stuff, but it's really small compared to other kitchen knives.
So another knife taken off the streets by the CN schools team, schools officers for Regent High School and West King College on patrol around the schools saw a male acting suspiciously. After a short chase, male detained and knife and other items found. Just a suspicious male trying to erect furniture.
I mean, that's the first thing I think of when I see an Allen wrench is putting together some furniture.
What white man in there throws dart at dartboard? Suspicious nature. Shit. Come on. Yeah, see, a hammer and an Allen wrench, it's like, okay, somebody got mail order furniture or picked up some furniture at Walmart or an office supply store or something. Last thing I'm thinking is like, lethal weapon. Especially an Allen wrench that thin. I mean, you hit somebody with that over the head and they're going to go, what was that?
Yeah, that's not exactly a deadly tool unless you unless you just ram it in someone's friggin' eye, of course.
Yeah, I don't know how you'd use it as a weapon because they're blunt on both ends and they're not big enough to hit somebody with and hurt them. I don't know.
I don't know why he had the knife or whatever that thing is on the right is.
I don't know what that thing is in the bag. That's
no idea.
It's not a very big blade. It's quite small.
No, it could do some damage, depending on what you could. Yeah, the only two things in there I see that really were legitimate weapon is the hammer and the knife. But
well, you could shank someone with the screwdriver.
I would hate to be shanked with that one because it's a bit screwdriver, so chances are the bit on the end's going to stay in you when they pull it out.
Yeah. No, I think the hammer would be the most effective tool there, surely.
Yeah.
That's an old hammer as well, state of it. Maintain your tools.
Yeah. Owen Harmon says, my mates and I are medieval reenactors. One day we were in the backyard fighting with swords, and the police came around. They were fascinated, but we didn't get in any trouble. Good.
There is no reason to carry a pencil sharpener. The article might tell us what it is. Excuse me. Let me scroll up. No, it doesn't have that in it, unfortunately. But it has the other one with the what appears to be a fencing sword. I think it is. I'd like to get a full list of what friggin' spoon.
A fencing sword, I believe, is called a foil.
Well, the good news is, guys, is that the British police now have a full toolkit.
There you go. Yeah, if they ever go to that furniture store, what's it, IKEA? They're set.
Yeah. They just need to confiscate a toolbox.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous. Let's have a look at the list of items that they have in these images. So they've got a whole bunch of different knives and kitchen utensils. It looks like they just emptied out a local kebab house of all their, knives. There's like a little sword. I don't know what that is. What is that fucking long thing on the left there? I'm going to share screen.
Okay.
It would be better to do. All right, there we are. There we go. Okay. That's maybe they're planning a picnic. Clearly.
I know, top right, way right on the top. That's actually a knife sharpener.
Yeah.
That's a round knife sharpener. So, yeah, I don't know what you would do with that. I mean, wow. Okay.
Did they just walk into someone's house, march into their kitchen, and pull out their cutlery drawers and just empty them onto the carpet?
For the most part, it looks like they were getting ready for a barbecue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With a couple of exceptions there. You've got the foil on the left, the fencing sword.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon they did it for like a police event. You're like, right, lads, we got the police barbecue this weekend. Right, we didn't have the budget to buy any knives, so they went and raided a few kitchens or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, right, Derek, I know you're a bit of a spaz, but can you get a spoon?
Well, they had to add the fork that's at the top center.
Oi, you got a license, mate.
Oh my God, these things are just ridiculous.
They are.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't be carrying around this thing here, obviously. You'd do some real damage with that. But the rest of it's just a bit silly. It's a bit silly. But yeah, it's funny. Everyone taking the piss out of it.
Yeah. Well, if they keep up on this tact, pretty soon the only thing you're going to be allowed to have in your kitchen is plastic cutlery.
Yeah, don't say things like that, mate.
Don't encourage them.
I mean, when you go to watch any kind of football match now, or go to any kind of like concert, you can't buy glass pint. You can't buy glass pints. You have to have them in plastic cups.
Wow.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
it is the same here. Yeah, even sporting events that will still let you bring in coolers, which there aren't many left. But if you can, you have to bring in plastic.
Oh my God, there's more.
Powwows and outdoor gatherings have pretty much, if you're going to have a drink, it's got to be in a plastic cup or a plastic bottle. They don't allow anything glass at those events either.
Well, if it comes to it, I'll use my my Spork 3000, my fully automatic Spork, along with my semi-automatic assault whisk. And there's actually more. There's this one, which we all saw with the 2 pairs of pliers, the scissors, the file, and the 2 screwdrivers.
Yeah, I don't get that one. The 2 screwdrivers, maybe you could make a weapon out of those. The scissors, yeah, there's people been stabbed to death with scissors, okay. But the file and the 2 pliers, I don't understand.
There's no reason to carry an assault spork. Of course, there's this one which I've actually not seen before, and that literally looks like they just went into someone's shed. The owner has not been in that shed for at least 10 years. And they were like, right, hello, what's going on here then?
Yeah, because that red-handled thing in the middle, that's a putty knife.
Yeah. There's a putty knife, a butter knife, a monkey wrench, one of those little disposable X-Acto knives. Yeah, it's like, I don't understand. There's another screwdriver. They have this fixation on screwdriver.
There you go, people. You can't have a putty knife, so you can't scrape the old paint off your house. It's illegal to paint your house now.
Oh my God. You can't get your wallpaper off now because they've taken the scraper off here. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Is that a butter knife there? It looks like a butter knife.
Yeah, it's a butter knife.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 screwdrivers, a little knife there, and I forget what they're called now. I used to have one of them.
It's an X-Acto knife. That's what I call them anyway.
They just emptied out someone's old ass toolkit.
Yeah.
Oh,
box
Jesus
cutter.
Christ.
Oh my God, that's the box cutter that hijacked the airplane. Sorry.
But that's it for that anyway. But yes, it's pretty pathetic in my opinion.
BG says, yeah, I had a friend who got stabbed by a guy with a screwdriver while the crook tried to steal his car when my friend went out for a smoke. Yeah. Yeah, they've been used as tools before. I can understand that. It's a bit odd if you're carrying around a screwdriver in your pocket when you're just going around town.
See, now this, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is the same police force we just looked at. This is what you're supposed to do. Confiscate them off people.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Good Lord. You chop someone's head off with that.
Mm-hmm.
What even is it?
It looks like a machete attached to some sort of modified hilt on it. But it looks sort of like a machete.
Yeah. Confiscate them, not bloody spoons. And people's tools. I mean, I know a knife is a tool, but that bloody thing. There's no bush in London. you don't need to whack your way through London. Well, you might do.
Before it's over, you're going to need a license to go buy a set of pliers, dude. I'm serious.
But yeah, pliers, a butter knife. Come on.
Yeah. Tape measure. What do you got that for?
Oh, well, they actually found a gun. They actually found a gun.
Oh, shit.
They found a pistol. Fantastic team in Enfield just there after multiple reports of a male in the street shooting a firearm into the air were received. Our Enfield colleagues kept the male under observation and guided hashtag SCO19 officers into intercept him safely and recovered his firearm. And that is an actual pistol. That's not a toy gun. That's a legit pistol. And he was just shooting it into the air. That's
That's dangerous.
Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous, yeah.
Well, what goes up's got to come down, folks.
Fucking rusty looking bloody thing. You get your money back.
And
Battery have taken care of it.
while we're just jaw jacking here, I actually have to kind of go early this time out. So cover me for a minute, Barry.
Roger that. Maddie, how are you? What you been up to?
I am doing well. I came in here late because I am rendering a new video for upload. This one's a little longer than the one I uploaded yesterday. Since the abortion talk is still out and about, I actually read the Georgia bill today and compared it to the Alabama one that I read yesterday. So, yeah, because people are now saying that both of those bills are the same. And I'm like, no, you illiterate people, read the bills. They're not the same thing.
I'm sorry, Maddie. What's up, boy?
Let's go over that slowly.
Go ask your mum.
Okay.
I'm streaming. Owen Harmon throws 2,000 huffs. Thank you very much, mate, for choosing to support Blood Wang and Redneck Radio, the R8 Bear Relocation Fund. that's going in the back pocket of Mr. Wing, sir, Mr. Wing. But I do appreciate the sentiment behind it, of course. I do appreciate the sentiment. I want to get a look at this, these other police forces. Get a good look. I bet there's a right treasure trove of them in there. We'll see what I want to see what else they've confiscated from people. Be pretty interesting. Oh buggery. Let's have a look at the.
You too, huh, Pat? He said he's had his fill of that today too. It was a few days ago. I went all mommy on Twitter and said, "If I need to read all 5 of these bills, I will effing do it."
I keep missing breakfast with Bear. Yeah, I did one today, mate. I'll sort you out the weekend, mate. Don't worry about it, mate. Just whenever you're available, come on down and we do what we do as we always do. I'm just having a look through Wiltshire Police because they're well known for being a bunch of shits. They're the ones who are one of the police forces who are apparently investigating Sargon.
Oh.
And I'd like to see if they've said anything publicly about it, which is unlikely, but
yeah.
They have made public statements recently.
Oh, thank you. Did you read the
yes, I did.
Oh, thank you, Owen Harmon.
Yeah.
And there is a slight oversight because we have 65 watching and only 27 of you liked, and there's only 1 dislike. Y'all hit that like button. Come on, this is Papa.
That's right. That is right.
I'm glad to see they're getting involved in mental health awareness. No, doesn't look like it. They haven't done any shady stuff in a while. I wonder what my police constabulary's been up to. Let's have a gander. I've actually given them shit on Twitter before as well. If you don't get drunk and uncle and your family out soon, you're going to be homeless when they confiscated everything you own. Well, they're not going to take, just random stuff in my house, are they? It's you get caught with these things out in public. That's when they confiscate it off you.
Yeah, just make sure you don't have a pair of pliers in your pocket, folks.
Right? What are you doing with those pliers? Making jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like when I used to go to powwows and I used to go to pagan gatherings and sell like herbs like oregano and parsley and all that stuff there because I was making my own medicinal teas. So there was also chamomile and all that other shit too. Somebody looked at me and said, when you get pulled over, you're going to get arrested because, you've got paraphernalia, and they were pointing at the scale. And I'm like, they can't arrest me for that because I don't have marijuana in the car. I pretty much have like 80 plus different herbs in my car, but marijuana is not included. I said, so if they want to search my car, I'll be like, okay, fine. I'll sit here for the 5 hours that you're going through all the herbs to make sure none of them are illicit.
Real quick, thank you, Lupus Damon, for the donation. Here you go, old man. Have a good day. Well, thank you very much. Very generous of you, and I will. I will have a good day. You too.
It looks like my police force is behaving themselves as well. For now. Until next time, police constabularies.
Yeah, see, the thing is, and I know I keep coming back to the pliers because to me that just cracks me up because I worked in mechanics for a lot of years and I've worked on my own cars, and it was not unknown for me to do something with a pair of pliers, and so that I kept them handy to stick them in my pocket,
Right.
and then probably forget about it later.
Yes, like I make when I get my workshop set up, I'll be back to making jewelry anywhere between wire work to traditional and even chainmail jewelry. So I'll have all kinds of pliers in my office. I could just imagine, me having one in the back pocket just in case I got to do something real quick. And then, I got to run out to the store. What are those needle nose pliers doing in your back pocket? Well, I make chainmail. That would be an interesting response, but.
Also, I'm just sifting through Camden Police's account right now.
Right.
They have actually managed to confiscate some genuine nasty looking weapons.
Well, while they're looking for all those garden tools, they're bound to run across legit weapons at some point.
Yeah, they had a serrated spoon. Go watch out for them. I'm joking, not really. Oh wow, some of these blades are ridiculous, man. Who are these blades for? Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm just getting excited over knives. I like knives.
I do too. I'm a redneck.
I used to carry one in the Navy.
I've been carrying pocket knives since I was 10 years old. In redneck society, that's kind of a rite of passage for a young male redneck is when you get your first pocket knife.
Yeah.
Well, that would get you attention, that's for sure. Well, Corey, I found something in the oddities section of my AP app. The headline reads, Danish candidate places election ad on adult site.
Yes, saw that yesterday. Makes sense to me.
Hey, if you're gonna get plenty of exposure.
Yeah, I mean that's where the people are. Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Yeah. It's like it says, while most of the candidates for Denmark's general election are making good use of the internet, posting their promises on websites and social media, one has gone a step further. Joachim B. Olsen, an Olympic shot put silver medalist who has been a member of the Folketing for the center-right Liberal Alliance since 2011, placed an ad bearing the party logo and encouraging people to vote for him on one of the world's top adult websites, Pornhub. On his official Facebook profile, Olsen confirmed that he was responsible for the ad. Quote, yes, it's me on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Or Olsen told Denmark's BT newspaper Sunday that election campaigns are serious, but there must also be some humor. Yep, that's me.
I heard that story on Bob and Tom this morning. They were talking about it now on the radio, and of course they discussed, do you think we're ready for that sort of thing here in this country? And they all immediately said no. No.
Oh my, sorry, I'm just Hackney police confiscated these. These were deactivated, but they confiscated them obviously. Anyway, because we're not allowed to have them. But look at them.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Wow. Has the one that's got a laser sight on it? It looks like it has a laser sight.
It does.
Freaking hell. It's a lovely. Well, the one in the middle is a lovely looking rifle, but yeah. So there are guns in the UK, people. They may be deactivated, but there are guns.
They don't shoot. It's gun.
No, we actually had quite a bad gun problem a few years ago, especially in the Midlands area of the UK. It was getting a little bit out of hand. People getting shot and stuff. It's ridiculous. Porn site would be more honest, let you know you're about to be fucked.
Well, yeah, and let's be honest. If you're trying to reach a younger audience, yeah, I can see the sense in it. And good for him for being honest about it. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. That's a politician that you can almost trust.
Mm.
I did bombard you with a bunch of news if you wanted to start reading that, mate, unless you just wanted to continue to have a chin wagging.
Oh, no, that's... All right, get it open here. Come on, load for Pete's sake.
We'll get there, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's my slow computer. I apologize. Nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, my computer's running quite slow earlier. Surprised I've not roboted today.
Wow. Cruise warns Space Force needed to prevent space pirates. All righty then. Senator Ted Cruz, Republican Texas, said this week that it was important to fund President Trump's proposed Space Force in order to prevent possible space pirates. Of course, it jumps. I hate that. Since the ancient Greeks first put to sea, nations have recognized the necessity of naval forces and maintaining a superior capability to protect waterborne travel and commerce from bad actors. Cruz, the chairman of the subcommittee on aviation and space, said at a hearing Tuesday, pirates threaten to open the open seas, and the same is possible in space. In this same way, I believe we too must now recognize the necessity of a space force to defend the nation and to protect space commerce and civil space exploration, Cruz said. The Trump administration's current plan to create Space Force would cost more than $2 billion to get off the ground, according to a report from the Congressional Budget Office. The report found that a Space Force military branch would need 5,400 to 7,800 in new personnel for overhead and management, adding more than $1 billion to the Pentagon's annual costs. Trump proposed creating Space Force within the Air Force, similar to how the Marine Corps operates with the Navy. The Pentagon, however, has said that the Space Force could exist as its own branch of the military, arguing its necessity is inevitable as China and Russia sharpen their focus on space. A defense spending bill would give $15 million to study the implementation of Space Force, but would not go towards creating it as a branch of the military. Only Congress can create a new military branch, but Trump has signed off on the setup of the U.S. Space Command. Lawmakers have demonstrated skepticism over the administration's Space Force plans, questioning the specifics of the Trump proposal and the need for a new service at all.
Space Force!
I just want one of their patches.
Right? That'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that we're quite technologically to the point where we really need a Space Force right now today, where we got to be worried about space pirates. But, maybe one day we'll get there. So I'm not opposed to looking into it at this point.
Huh?
Yeah. I don't know. What do y'all think?
He's been playing Mass Effect. Right, we need a Normandy stealth frigate with Commander Shepard to carry out interdiction operations in the Sol system. There's rumors of the Blue Suns have been raiding various trading routes. It's the 6 P's, mate. Prior preparation prevents piss poor performance.
Yeah, I mean, I have no doubt that if we get there technologically, where this is even feasible, that there's probably going to be people that try to be space pirates.
Yeah,
but we're a long way from that at this point.
Yeah. I mean, we're a long ways away from Cowboy Bebop.
Space Force. That's so cool, though. I know it's American and everything, but that's so freaking cool.
It is. Like I said, I
is.
want one of their patches. If they form this, I want a patch.
Me too.
Just to keep it, frame it maybe and put it on the wall. That would be cool.
One for you, one for me, and then we had a mill, one to bear.
Yeah, I would like one with a DVD and a cheeseburger.
Evil One asked, so if China launched a rocket and then stole a satellite, that would be okay? I don't remember saying that. Not sure that we're there technologically, actually. I could be wrong.
Chinese pirates in space. So cool.
Exactly, Random American. That's actually a very good idea. They should sell the patches to fund the force.
Yep.
Yeah.
In muzzle Russia, you do not pirate space. Space pirates you. Oh.
I want to see like a USS Freedom in space.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do it now. Go. Get Trump on the phone. One of you.
See, now I'm having flashbacks to like Stargate when O'Neill was pissed off that they couldn't name the spacecraft the Enterprise.
But as Mr. Dax says, did they have Earl Grey tea? You won't get that because you weren't a Star Trek fan.
Well, I will get it because what's his face is in it, isn't he? Captain Picard, isn't it? He's
Yep.
Forget his name.
That was his thing. Earl Grey, hot.
Earl Grey tea. Yeah, I didn't know that because Family Guy made fun of him for doing it, and he's actually been in Family Guy and American Dad and stuff. So,
yeah.
I'm not drunk. I just want to see Space Force.
Yeah, and thank you, Jaeger Pony. Another very generous donation. Thank you very much. I got caught up on the ponies. Come to find Redneck's bantering. I have some shekels. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, Patrick Stewart. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart. We're talking about getting old. He's getting up there.
Yeah.
How about he stays youthful by drinking Earl Grey.
Is that what it is?
Well, he did say that in Family Guy, or I can't remember. Is it in Family Guy or American Dad? Patrick Stewart. I don't really like the guy that much because he's like, I think he's in favor of Remain. He's 78.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, and CBS is trying to go ahead and push through with a Picard series, but the problem is, they're trying to do it with the STD uniforms, and they're trying to make him part of Section 31, which is that super secret Black Ops Star Trek thing. And people are not happy about that. And then they said the first season is going to be, in other words, it's going to be another CBS streaming service show with it only available worldwide on, I think it's Amazon Prime.
I mean, I like Picard, but if we were in a fight, he wouldn't be my captain of choice.
Nope.
But his voice is like honey. He does have a good voice. And he's a good actor. I remember the first time I remember seeing him as an American was in the film Dune. He played a Mentat in the Dune movie, way back, whatever year that was, long time ago.
Yes, give me Cisco. I agree for a kitten because anybody who's not afraid to punch Q in the face is a good captain in my book.
Yeah, and if Cisco's not available, I'll take Kirk.
Yeah,
maybe if America had like a citizenship program where you served in your armed forces, maybe I could join Space Force and then get American citizenship while I'm there.
There you go. There you go.
It wouldn't happen. It'd all be top secret stuff. I wouldn't be allowed anywhere near it. fuck you, Art Bear. Just because he's British doesn't mean he sounds like Honey. He does sound like Honey.
He does.
Yeah,
He
you're
does.
right, MC. He wasn't a mentat. He was Gurney. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Been a long time since I've seen that movie, and
Can I read this article to you because it's hilarious?
you absolutely can.
This is undeniable proof that what America does, we follow. And we're getting pretty fat in this country. And desperate attempts to save man who died after getting stuck under cinema chair.
What was he doing under the chair?
So fat, his cankles got lodged under there, couldn't move, starved to death. He survived for a week on popcorn and the melted ice from various drinks.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. The last place I would want to be is in the floor of a cinema.
Yeah, so sticky. So sticky. A View Cinema, that's a brand of cinema here in the UK, View. Customer died after becoming trapped under a chair he had been sitting in, an inquest heard. Desperate attempts were made to release Atiq Rafiq, 24, but he suffered catastrophic injuries in the freak accident at the Star City venue. Well, this is not going where I thought it was going to go at all. I thought this was going to be like a fat guy who got stuck in a chair and couldn't move. It didn't say that on Reddit. The dad of one had gone with his wife to the cinema at 4:30 p.m. on March 9th last year and bought tickets from a machine for seats in gold class screen 17. The couple from Ettington Road, Aston, picked C5 and C6 with Mr. Rafiq sitting in C5. At the end of the film, he realized he could not find either his keys or his phone and suspected they had slipped down the side of the seat. Area coroner Emma Brown told the Birmingham inquest jury that it was a reclining seat which had a footrest which pulled up. He got off his seat with the footrest in the raised position and went under the seat, she said. Very quickly, the footrest started to come down on him. Oh, wow. Killed by a machine chair. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is how Skynet comes by. Cinema seats one day, nukes the next, guys.
It's maximum overdrive.
Mrs. Sardar tried to hold it up when she realized what was happening. Mrs. Sardar alerted staff who tried for about 10 to 15 minutes before releasing Mr. Rafiq. The coroner said they could not get the buttons which operated the footrest to work. Paramedics arrived at 7:55 p.m. and Mr. Rafiq was taken to Heartlands Hospital, where he died on March 16th after suffering a hypoxic brain injury. This Reddit are a bunch of lying bastards. I thought this was a fat guy who just got stuck in a chair. Not someone who got crushed to death by the footrest of it. Jesus Christ, that's awful. The coroner said the inquest would be looking at the mechanical cause of how he became trapped, plus any adjustments or alterations that had been made post-manufacturer to the footrest. In a statement, Aisha Sardar described her husband as a loving father, son, husband, and friend. He was always happy. Yeah, I don't care about that.
They're always happy. They're always happy. And the nicest people, and everybody gets along with them. And the next thing you know, they get eaten by a cinema chair.
Good grief. Yeah, he was eaten by a cinema chair.
Yeah.
That's a bad way to go.
It is.
That's a bad way to go. Good Lord.
Yeah,
Holy
with his
shit
face
balls.
smashed into the floor, and honestly, in my opinion, there's probably not a dirtier public floor than a cinema floor, unless it's a porn theater. That would probably be worse, but ugh.
Yeah.
Good Lord. That's insane. That's some Final Destination shit right there.
Evil One asked if I've seen the movie Excalibur. I feel like I have. The name strikes a bell, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Patrick Stewart starred in that one. That was another rendition of a, King Arthur movie.
Yeah, with the name Excalibur, I would assume so.
Yeah. I saw that one. That wasn't bad. I mean, I've seen some really horrible King Arthur movies. Because, for every good movie about, the Knights of the Round Table and stuff, you have some that are like, why did you do this? I was young when I saw it, and it wasn't that. I've seen worse, furry kitten. I have seen worse.
Personally, I prefer Search for the Holy Grail for King
Mhm.
Arthur movie. But
Mhm.
I prefer the Fate anime series that that has the Sword Excalibur in
Oh God.
it.
let's see. One of the other stories you sent me, Taco Bell is opening a taco-themed hotel and resort.
See, when I saw that, I thought of you. I was like, right, Bloodwing's going on holiday. He's going on vacation, people.
Taco Bell is opening a resort hotel. Yes, this is really happening. Starting on August 9th, fans of the fast food chain looking to get away from it all can book a room at the Bell, a Taco Bell hotel and resort in Palm Springs, California. According to Taco Bell, the hotel will offer several unique menu items that will only be available at the hotel. It will only be open for a limited time, however. Get ready for Bell, in quotation marks, hops and Baja Blasts, fire sauce and sauce packet floaties, because the Taco Bell hotel is coming and will give fans an unexpected and unforgettable trip of a lifetime, reps for the chain said in a press release obtained by Fox News. From check-in to check-out, the Bell, a Taco Bell hotel and resort, reimagines what a hotel stay can be, unveiling a destination inspired by tacos and fueled by fans. Everything from guest rooms to breakfast and poolside cocktails will be infused with a Taco Bell twist, making this the flavor-filled gateway of 2019, the statement continued.
Don't forget your indigestion medicine.
The hotel and resort will also reportedly feature a not to miss gift shop, which will offer exclusive apparel. There will also be an on site salon, which will offer Taco Bell inspired nail art and hairstyles options. The nail art I can see, but hairstyles?
Off you go. Go on, Blood. I want pictures, please, when you're done. Enjoy your vacation.
The release continued from a Forever 21 fashion line to weddings in Las Vegas flagship cantina. Taco Bell has long been surprising and delighting fans with unexpected ways to celebrate their love for the brand. At the Bell, a Taco Bell hotel and resort, fans will experience something even bigger and bolder, from design and entertainment to craveable food and beyond. Taco Bell's chief global brand officer, Marissa Thalberg, called the hotel the biggest expression of the Taco Bell lifestyle to date. The resort will start accepting reservations in June. Eager fans can check out the hotel's webpage here, and then it gets a link. I mean, it sounds fun, but to my way of thinking and having quite a bit of experience with Taco Bell, you might not enjoy the whole stay because you're probably going to spend a great deal of time in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Do they have Taco Bell themed toilets?
Oh, they're going to have to.
A lot of them.
They're going to have to. I can just imagine the toilet. Every time you flush it, it says "Poquito Taco Bell."
I'm gonna need a bigger box. I'm sorry.
Oh my
I
goodness!
was like, when I think Taco Bell, the last thing I think of is memorabilia. I swear.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Taco Bell. It's not really Mexican food. It's Americanized Mexican food, is what it is. But and it is delicious. I do like it. But a hotel, I don't know. And I still can't figure out how. I can see the nail art. I can see how they're gonna make Taco Bell nail art. I can imagine that pretty easily. But hairstyles?
Yeah, I'm trying. My brain is going to places like people having their people having
hairstyles.
Yeah, people having their hair like swept up in taco shapes, and they're I'm sorry, I'm going to use a 90s terminology here, y'all. A high top fade where somebody has a burrito sort of like shaved into the side of their head.
Well, on the plus side, there are Taco Bell onesies.
No, thank you.
I'm going to get Bloodwing one for Christmas.
I'd wear it.
I know you would. Which do you want the fire one or the orange one?
The fire one.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
I'd
fold it, put it right next to my Mountain Dew pajamas. Yeah.
You know what? I don't even think you're joking.
I'm not joking. I'm not wearing them today, or I'd show you.
Oh, I'm gonna have to Google that now as well. Mountain Dew PJs. Let's have a gander. Oh my god. Really?
They are green.
Well, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's capitalism.
Mhm.
Oh god. I've just come across this awful beef-related story.
All right. Furry Kitten says, well, tonight I'm watching It Came from Outer Space and followed by Cruel. So you're going for B-movie cheese, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Look, Tennessee Marines in the chat, which means we now have to find a Tennessee story.
Would you like this story?
Yeah. What's your beef story?
What's my beef?
Where's
What is my beef? Well, I will tell you, sir. Austria warns against cow kissing internet challenge.
Oh, good Lord.
Because swallowing Tide Pods and doing everything else that we've seen on the internet, like the what was that god awful one where they were eating the what's the stuff? It's a seasoning, isn't it?
Oh,
what was it?
Cinnamon?
Yeah, the cinnamon. It's not seasoning.
Yeah.
The cinnamon challenge. My favorite was that black lady with the big afro who decided, who was stupid enough not to have a tiny bit. Instead, got like a wooden kitchen spoon amount of it and shoved it in her mouth, and then wondered why half of her head exploded. Just seen it. It just went. She put it in her mouth and it shot back out again. And she just would not stop coughing for ages.
Believe it or not, as a redneck, I really don't have any experience on this matter. Believe it or not, but I would think it'd be okay as long as they don't try to slip you the tongue.
Kissing a cow.
No.
No.
The Austrian government Thursday warned internet users to shun an online cow kissing challenge, calling it a dangerous nuisance. Roger that, Tennessee Marine. I'll take a gander in a moment. A Swiss app called Kassel launched the hashtag #CooCuss Challenge. Worried where they were going with that then. The cow, which of course means cow kiss challenge, on Wednesday, encouraging users in Switzerland and other German-speaking countries to kiss cows with or without tongues to raise money for charity. But Austrian Agriculture Minister Elisabeth Karstinger branded the challenge a dangerous nuisance in a statement on Thursday. Pastures and meadows are not petting zoos. Actions like these could have serious consequences, she added, pointing out that the cows could become aggressive when defending their calves. Balancing the activities. So it doesn't matter if you neck off with a cow, just make sure the babies aren't around.
Wow.
I guess. Balancing the activities of tourists and cattle farmers is a sensitive topic in Austria's mountain regions, with both being key pillars of the region's economy. In February, a court in the Tyrol region caused uproar after ordering a farmer to pay 490,000 euros. That's $750,000, by the way, in compensation to the widower of a woman who was trampled to death by a herd of cows by his herd of cows in 2014. There's not much else about the challenge. Well, if you live in these countries, guys, and you decide you want to take part in the cow challenge, just be careful.
No,
you might get trampled.
You may not know this if you've never been face to face with a cow, but I have on numerous occasions been very close to cows. They're kind of slobbery, like really drooly slobbery.
I can't. Out of all the I thought the top. My brain broke. I swear to God. I thought the Tide Pod challenge was bad enough as kissing a. Why a cow? Why that? Out of all the challenges for a fucking charity, why a cow? Why kissing a cow? I don't. My brain can't. Nope. I got to reboot now. I'm just gonna be sitting over here.
Mr. Dax says, I wonder if anyone kisses Angela Merkel for that challenge.
Yes, the story that Tennessee Marine sent me is the same story that I covered on Breakfast with Bear this morning. If you didn't see it, prepare to be horrified.
All right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Is your body ready? Is your mind ready?
Probably not, but you know.
Is it strong enough? Like apparently you can get PTSD from developing games these days. So I'm just making sure.
I got this. Okay.
Okay. Bit of a trigger warning for everyone there. Transgender woman gets new vagina made from fish skin.
Oh, I seen the title of this story. I didn't read it, but I've seen the title of it.
Yeah, the horror of reading this thing this morning. A trans woman had a vagina constructed using the skin of a tilapia fish after her genitals began to shrink and close up following botched surgery. According to surgeons, Margie, 35, has been the chance, some good English there, of a proper sex, has been given the chance of a proper sex life and a boost of confidence thanks to the sea creature's skin. The highly complex procedure called neovaginoplasty used a tubular-shaped acrylic mold wrapped with the skin of the freshwater fish in the form of a biological prosthesis to rebuild the vagina and extend the vaginal canal in a 3-hour operation on April 23rd. The process involved inserting 2 separate molds to create the new vagina. The first device, mounted with the marine membrane, was incorporated inside the vagina over a period of 6 days. In contact with the patient's body, the sterilized and odor-free fish skin. If it wasn't odor-free back then, it certainly is now. I guarantee you. The sterilized and odor-free fish skin displays stimulatory cell growth properties. It is rich in type 1 collagen, a substance that promotes healing, and has a firmness and elasticity, which is as strong and resilient as human skin. The tilapia membrane attached to and recoated the walls of the vaginal canal. Acted like stem cells. These were absorbed into the body, transforming into cellular tissue similar to that of an actual vagina. The second device, made from silicone and described as a very big tampon, is designed to remain inside the vagina for up to 6 months to prevent the walls from closing. My vagina's collapsing.
There's a tuna joke in here somewhere.
There is. Professor Leonardo Becerra said to Focus on News, "We were able to create a vagina of physiological length, both in thickness and by enlarging it, and the patient has recovered extremely well. She is walking around with ease and has no pain and is urinating normally. She can piss, guys. She can have a wee-wee. In a couple of months, we believe she will be able to have sexual intercourse with me." When I was reading this story earlier, I just thought of like when you see fish, in a pond, like consuming fish food, though, opening their big mouths and just stick your dick in there. There you go. The device can be removed after this period, as and when desired. I get what they're saying, right? But it kind of, like, if you weren't paying attention to the story, it kind of makes it sound like she can detach her vagina. Like, right, I'm done with this for today. Right, I'm gonna put that in a bowl of water. No, not really.
Frankengina.
Frankenminge. The process is being hailed as yet another breakthrough in gynecological, I said it, surgery, which is tackling sensitive predicaments using the aquatic animal skin, normally thrown away as waste, as the substitute for human regenerative tissue. Hey, I said it first time. Boom. Speaking to Focus on News, the transsexual patient revealed she decided to transition 20 years ago with the support of her family after realizing in her early teens that she was a woman living in a man's body. Margie said, "I was the 4th person in Brazil in 1999 to have what was then experimental surgery, but 10 years ago I developed a vaginal stenosis. The opening of my vagina started to get narrower and shorter, and the canal collapsed. The walls of my vagina are closing in on me. I don't know what to do." She suffered constant discomfort, which prevented sex with her partner of 12 years, from whom she is now divorced. Bastard left! Since developing the technique 3 years ago, Becerra has successfully treated 10 women and corrected the condition that caused the vagina and uterus to be underdeveloped or absent. According to Becerra, vaginal tract closure is common in trans women who have undergone a sex change. He explained this is because in the traditional procedure, most of the inside parts of the penis are removed and the penile skin is folded into the space between the urethra and the rectum. The outside skin of the penis then becomes the inside of the vagina. But because the patient has had hormonal treatment to develop female characteristics, there is penile and testicle atrophy, resulting in shrinkage in the size of the penis caused from the loss of tissue. This means the vagina can also be small, which isn't a bad thing, I can assure you. To complicate matters, before surgery could begin, the medical team discovered that apparent levels of incompetence during the original surgery had left more than one narrow vaginal canal. There were remnants of cavernous bodies.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
I've got a system of caves inside of my vagina. What have you got?
There were remnants of cavernous bodies, erectile tissue structures still in the vaginal space. Presence of these leftovers of the penis aggravated the closure of the vaginal tract, worsening the symptoms. To reverse this problem, the most common method is to do a skin graft taken from another part of the body, usually from the intestines, to increase the width and length of the canal. This type of surgery is invasive, long, and leaves scars. Becerra said, "The great benefit of our technique is that it's minimally invasive, and there's no need to do an abdominal incision."
Oh, God.
There you go, guys. You can get yourself a brand new fishy vagina.
No, and thanks.
Yeah. When the ex was interviewed as to why he left, he said that they had this the woman, the newly transformed woman had this aversion to tuna salad.
Oh God, I'm all read out. I'm all read out now.
Are you all read out?
All read out.
I'm just cruising through stories myself here real quick. So I was being a bit quiet. Sorry. You know me, I can't do two things at once.
Yeah.
Owen Harmon, I'm so glad I'm drunk right now.
Also, Owen, I just quote tweeted the what you just replied to on Twitter, by the way. I think you'd be pretty interested in what I have to say about that. Be a man of fish. I like that, Bodacious T.
Okay. Well, since I did see this tweet earlier, here's a story on it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says abortion bans are a brutal form of oppression and are about owning women. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez believes approving abortion bans is a brutal form of oppression, and newly passed laws aren't just about controlling women's bodies, they're about controlling their sexuality. Let that sink in for a minute, folks. Ocasio-Cortez tweets come after several states approved strict abortion laws, most recently Alabama and Missouri. Alabama's bill, which was signed into law by Governor Kay Ivey on Wednesday, is a near total abortion ban. The Human Life Protection Act bans abortions in the state, except when abortion is necessary in order to prevent a serious health risk to the woman. It criminalizes the procedure, reclassifying abortion as a Class A felony, punishable by up to 99 years in prison for doctors. Attempted abortions will be reclassified as a Class C penalty, according to the bill. Ocasio-Cortez criticized the bill ahead of the signing. Alabama's lawmakers are making all abortions a felony punishable with jail time, including women victimized by rape and incest, she wrote on Twitter. Of course, no added punishment for rapists is going to, at Governor Kay Ivey's desk, she will decide the future of women's rights in Alabama. After the bill was signed, Ocasio-Cortez doubled down on her views about abortion laws. Abortion bans aren't just about controlling women's bodies, they're about controlling women's sexuality. Owning women, she tweeted. From limiting birth control to banning comprehensive sex ed, U.S. religious fundamentalists are working hard to outlaw sex that falls outside their theology.
Oh,
Let me clue you in just for a second here. Pause there, and I may not read much more of that because it's more of the same. It's not just the religious right that's against abortions. That's a misnomer.
no.
There's a
And
lot of
it's like they keep alluding. I hated it. Sorry for interrupting you, Papa. But they keep alluding to, making birth control illegal. I've read 2 of these bills so far. 2. The only thing that they're even alluding to making illegal as far as the medical stuff is the Plan B and the morning after pill. And they don't even say that in those exact words.
yeah. And the way that her tweet read, she made it sound like they were punishing the women. And folks, no, the penalties are only for doctors and those that perform the abortion. The women are not.
Just going to mute myself for a moment, mate. All right. Back in a
Okay.
sec.
Yeah, and in the Georgia bill, it's civil. It's a civil liability. It doesn't say anything about criminal penalties for the physicians. But if they perform, from what I understood, if they perform an illegal abortion, they can be sued for that, and they can have a revocation of their medical practice license.
Yeah, I just now as far as the one the really restrictive one, yeah, I have issues with that and so forth. But this ain't it, AOC.
No.
This ain't it. Anyway, we won't spend too much time there because that's depressing. Let me see what else we got here. Pardon me while I look and try not to leave too much dead air.
We've got 72 watching and only 44 likes and 1 dislike. Can we get to 50 likes? This is Peppa. Come on. And don't forget, he's got that Streamlabs link down there in the description. So, y'all, come on. Get to it.
There you go. Let's see.
Don't let this internet mom take her flip-flop off and virtually smack you upside the head.
Don't make me pull this internet over.
Yeah, right? Don't make me turn this stream around.
Everything's depressing. I'm scrolling through the news and there's so just all depressing crap.
Let me see if I can find something from the oddities that isn't that oh, here we go. Out of Florida, obviously. Unwanted grenade found in Goodwill store's donation bin.
Okay.
Port St. Lucie, Florida. Florida Goodwill store got a donation it didn't need or expect. A grenade. The St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office said the workers found the grenade in a donation bin Wednesday afternoon and called 911. TC Palm reports the bomb squad arrived and the Port St. Lucie store was evacuated. The grenade was found to be inoperable. A similar grenade was found at a nearby Goodwill store last year. When they ask for donations, they don't mean those people. Seriously.
Oh, here we go. Here. Was that the end of it, Manny?
Yep, that was the end of it. It was a short one.
Okay. Toddler missing for 3 days, found alive on 50-foot cliffside near strip mine.
Oof.
Selyersville, Kentucky. Kentucky State Police say a 22-month-old boy has been found safe almost 3 days after disappearing from his rural Kentucky home. State Police said in a tweet, the boy, Kenneth Howard, was found just before 2 p.m. Wednesday in Floyd County in the area of a strip mine. He was taken by emergency medical services to be examined. According to WYMT TV, the boy was located on a 50-foot steep incline cliffside, 1,755 feet away from his home, when crews heard him crying. The TV station said the boy was being treated for dehydration. News outlets reported earlier that Magoffin County Emergency Management Director Robert Prater said the original search area was a half a mile radius from the home, but widened to about 1 mile and included an old overgrown mining operation. McGoffin County Search and Rescue Chief Carter Colney said crews were using dogs, ATVs, helicopters, and drones with thermal cameras to search the rugged terrain. Kentucky State Police spokesman William Petrie said earlier there was no evidence of foul play. The boy's father offered a $5,000 reward for the child's safe return. He's tough, that little kid is. I can't believe all the help. I don't know how we're going to thank everyone, but we've had people from everywhere. I really don't know where all they've come from, out of state and everywhere to help.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
He's gone again.
Yeah, his internet went kaput.
Can we all get in there for Bloodwing? He was an old man. He was happy all the time. I mean, that's what we're supposed to say, right?
Yeah, something like that.
He was a happy man. He was a loving man, father, husband, good, all-round good boy. And he's gone again. He's probably still reading. He's probably still reading now, guys. And he has no idea. So he's got internet dementia, everybody. And real life dementia. Oh, there's two of him now.
Yep.
He's been resurrected. He's
Okay.
Bloodwing Jesus. That's the question of the century.
I hate it when that happens because I don't realize it's happened because I'm reading the story and so I don't have the hangout up to see that it's gone blank until who knows how much of that I read. At any rate, the 3-year-old boy is in good shape and he was just dehydrated. That's a tough little kid. Tough little kid.
Mm.
Yep, definitely.
So there's a video that just pops up on Twitter.
Oh my God.
All right. I won't say anything.
Okay, this is like what? Oh, because this is about 3 paragraphs, but this is I found a stupid criminal. This is fucking hilarious. Okay, title of the story is a 21-year-old man tells police he stole a food truck because he's a dumbass. Zachary Jenkins, 21-year-old man in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, stole a food truck around 3 a.m. in the morning of Friday, May 9th, 2019. Upon his arrest, police read Jenkins' rights and asked him to make a statement. Jenkins told police, "I'm a dumbass." Jenkins was stopped less than a block away from where he took off with the truck, grill in tow, and sparks flying. The owner of the Walking Taco food truck was outside Blackstone Bar, where he regularly donates his leftover food to the staff as they clean up after closing. Jenkins is said to have been out drinking all night, a likely cause for his poor decision-making skills.
You think?
I'm a dumbass. I just love that. Why did you do that? I don't know. I'm a dumbass.
There's a video that's popped up on Twitter from Victoria, Derbyshire, which is a political show run by the BBC, and Sargon's been on it, and she's gone for a cheeky attack here, a very cheeky attack. She's tried to call him out on hypocrisy. I don't think Sargon handled it very well at all. I'm actually speaking to Peter about it right now. She's gone for he's basically complained that, he's had kippers and milkshakes chucked on him the last couple of days. And then, he's blamed, the language used by the media. And then she's come in saying, "Oh, so then you do agree that words have consequences then?" And, he's obviously trying to argue it, saying, but what I said are jokes. And that's probably not the best way to argue against it. I guess it is, because it's still a joke, but the way he seems to have defended himself isn't the best way to do it, in my opinion, because obviously what he said is that he wouldn't even rape. Right. Whereas you've got the mainstream media kicking up a storm, calling everyone fascists and Nazis. Now, not raping somebody is not the same as calling someone a fucking Nazi.
No.
And I think I've not seen the whole interview. I'm gonna have to see the whole interview, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you'd want all the details.
Yeah, it looks like she had the upper hand a little bit there, but I've not seen the whole thing, so.
Let's see. Got another story here. Death row inmate skips last meal, asks for food to be given to homeless instead.
Well,
Yeah.
that's nice of him.
And here's your Tennessee story. Tennessee death row inmate Don Johnson. What?
What?
Not that Don Johnson, folks.
Right.
Don Johnson has asked that his special last meal before Thursday's scheduled execution be donated to the homeless.
Thank you, baby.
The state's Department of Corrections said that Johnson turned down the last meal selection and will instead select from the same menu given to other prisoners of the Riverbend Maximum Security Institution. Public Defender Kelly Henry told Nashville's Fox 17 that Johnson's decision to forgo the special meal was inspired by his friend, Philip Workman, who requested that a vegetarian pizza be delivered to a homeless person instead of his last meal. That request reportedly was not honored. Mr. Johnson realized that his $20 allotment will not feed many homeless people, Henry told Fox 17. His request is that those who have supported him provide a meal to a homeless person. Johnson, 68, faces execution after being convicted in the 1984 murder of his wife, Connie Johnson. Several religious leaders, including the president of the Worldwide Seventh-day Adventist Church, of which Johnson is a member, have urged Tennessee Governor Bill Lee to grant Johnson clemency. Johnson supporters said that the inmate experienced a religious conversion and now ministers to other prisoners.
Born again.
Yeah, look, folks, I'm glad that you found God, but that does not exclude you for punishment for wrongs that you've done. God forgives you, but the state don't.
Right.
Anyway, on Tuesday, Lee announced his decision to deny clemency for Johnson, Fox 17 reported. After a prayerful and deliberate consideration of Don Johnson's request for clemency, and after a thorough review of the case, I am upholding the sentence of the state of Tennessee and will not be intervening, Lee said. According to the State Correction Department, during death watch, an inmate is put in a cell next to the execution chamber and kept under 24-hour observation with limited visitation. Well, nice that he wanted to give to the homeless instead, though, because
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that meal, while it's a nice gesture, is kind of wasted on the guy because he's getting ready to die. So being hungry is the least of his worries.
Have we spoken at all during this stream about the abortion, a ban abortion thing in Alabama where someone got naked to protest it?
No.
I think they're protesting it.
No, not the naked part, anyway.
Well, our good friend, Lawyer Dog, otherwise known as P-Dog, the man who has the worst stream etiquette I've ever known. Shitbag. No, I love him, really. He's a great guy to talk to. He sent us an article, Bloodwing, and Maddie. Emily Ratajkowski poses naked to decry 25 old white men. Because they always have to specify the white part, don't
Right.
Old as well. Hey, Bloodwing, you're old. And you're white.
Yeah, well,
and
thanks
male.
for noticing.
You're an old white. You're an old white male.
I am.
Who voted to ban abortion in Alabama, as Kylie Jenner and Rihanna share outrage. Yeah, but does anybody give a shit about their opinions? I mean, come on. The 27-year-old actress kept her arm over her chest for the daring photo. Well, that's not really daring then, is it? I mean, that's basically the same as fucking going out in your underwear if you're going to cover up your nips and your fanny. She said the restrictive law is about class and race. Well, no, it's not about class and race. It's about, not having abortions, but okay. Alabama's HB 314, which I'm sure Maddie's read extensively, was approved by a vote of 25-6 in the Republican-led Senate. The law blocks abortions in the event of rape and incest.
It does.
It does do that.
Mhm.
This is the Daily Mail, so you're going to have to fact check me as I read this, Maddie.
Yeah.
The law blocks abortions in the event of rape and incest and features an exception only in cases where the pregnant person's health is at risk. Is that correct?
Yep.
Good. A widely circulated image of the lawmakers who backed a bill to prevent nearly all abortions in the state has been used with the hashtag you know me tag, which of course, I don't think we've ever achieved anything with hashtags.
No. I don't think so either. It's targeted harassment if people were to go over there and start flooding their Twitter, but that's about it.
It just gives people the feeling and the appearance that they're doing something about it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Also, the Alabama bill does allow abortions if two opinions can be given on the deteriorating mental health of the mother while she's carrying the kid, or if there is a present danger of her having the severe form of postpartum depression. They include that in there too. But yeah, incest and rape are not included. Ectopic pregnancy is. But other than that, it's just the physical and mental health of the mother being at risk. That's it.
Well, I mean, I'm pro-life, but I don't think I agree with the law. Not that it matters. I'm British, as if Americans give a shit about what I have to say. But I don't agree completely with it. I don't, women that have been raped and incest, you should be allowed to have an abortion then.
Yeah. I mean, it is a bit draconian. I think part of it is it's a pushback against the left, with their late term abortion stuff going on, like in New
that's
York.
Messed up.
Yeah.
So it's a pushback, but I think they went a little far.
Yeah. I don't think either are reasonable at all, to be honest.
No.
You're really brave there, love. I'm sure you've gotten down to your panties before. In fact, I'm going to type her name into Google, see what she's actually done. I don't recognize her. What's she been in? Let's have a look at images. What is this? Okay. She looks the sort who gets naked a lot anyway. What does getting naked do? Well, I mean, to be fair, the naked Brexit lady, I mean, she kind of made me want to do a U-turn on Brexit because I just really, really wanted her to put her bush away.
It's just a look at me ploy. Look at me.
Well, it's like what I said in the first one of these videos that I did where I'm reading the bills is I'm not adverse to having a 12-week limit on whether or not you can have an abortion. That's the end of the first trimester. Because the woman can be on birth control. The guy can have a Cant condom that busts because we all know the most, at 99.9% effective, most birth control that you can get from the doctor's office. That's about as high as you can get. So, and I'm a pill baby. So, hi, pill baby. It happens.
It does.
Yeah.
So upon those particular circumstances, 12 months would give the person enough time to realize that they have skipped or they're late on their period to do the test they need to do to confirm their pregnancy and then make a decision as to whether or not they want to keep the baby if they're financially ready or if they're mature enough to actually raise a baby. 12 weeks is fine. Okay, I don't have any problems with that. After that, to me, the abortion shouldn't happen unless it's a detriment to the mom. And that 12 weeks also encompasses rape and incest because within those 3 months, anything can happen in there. So if you're raped and find out that you're pregnant, then yes, That's yes, by all means, because there's a lot of people out there there's a lot of women out there that don't have the wherewithal to carry that child to term and put it up for adoption because they know what they're carrying.
Look at this virtue signaling gobshite. I'm just going to share the page now. There she is. Respect my authority. Respect female existence or expect our resistance. Well, what are you going to do?
She's a twig.
What are a bunch of women going to do exactly?
She's a twig. She needs some biscuits and gravy.
Last time I checked, the majority of the armed service personnel and security personnel are big, burly men. Good luck, women. Have fun.
Right.
Make sure you film it. Sorry, women. Sorry, Maddie, but you lot got no chance. Right?
I know. Oh, I know. I mean, it's like, I look at her and I'm like, okay, some people are like, she's hot. And I'm sitting here like the typical Cuban mom. She needs to eat. She needs some biscuits and gravy. She needs some roast pork and some black beans and rice. That woman too skinny.
I'd smashed a granny out of her. I don't know about you. I don't know about the rest of you, but getting naked. That'll show those old white men. I'm sure it'll stop them having to use Viagra for a week.
I mean, in my opinion, getting naked is what causes the need for an abortion.
Right?
Honestly.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's like they were making fun of, and I did, because I did a shit posting video on Alyssa Milano, because when she did that hashtag sex strike, I'm like, right! Use a conservative push for abstinence to own the conservatives. Wait, what? Because, I mean, there a lot of conservatives out there are like, abstinence is the best form of contraception. You can't get pregnant if you don't have sex. And here comes Alyssa Milano. We're not going to have sex until we get what we want.
Well, random American says, I made that joke already. Grr, to me. I didn't see it. So excuse me.
Excuse me. Yes.
Well, you're right. We're good, yeah?
I was just reading. Peter Ramos says, "Oh yeah, how many times have you got naked and wound up pregnant?" Well, 0. But if I did, it would make me rich.
Yeah. See, asking a guy how many times they've gotten pregnant would be asking, like, a semi driver what the gas mileage is on a semi is.
Yeah. Owen Harmon, sorry, I didn't see your request to say something about it earlier because I was looking through stories. Sorry about that. I wasn't ignoring you.
God. For those who watch Ghost Poo and who watched Monday's episode, you would have remembered the piece of news that there was a brand new petition to have Game of Thrones changed. Because they want the entire series remade from, the entirety of season 8 anyway. And you may remember the number was about 16,000 on Monday.
Yeah.
It's at 500,000 now. Oh my good Lord, this is ridiculous. Oh my God. When I last looked, it was at 50,000.
Yeah.
Oh. Good
Just like
Lord.
Yesterday, the arguments I'm sitting there walking, and every once in a while, I'm taking pictures because I did my walkabout, posted the stuff on Instagram, and then I got curious and went over to Twitter, and almost, and I didn't do this, thank God. I resisted because I was about to go Cuban on somebody's ass and go, oh, since you want all men to have vasectomies, why don't you just have a fucking hysterectomy and not have to worry about having any more kids? I mean, these people are like, all men should have this. No, don't force them to do a treatment like that because it's not reversible for all men.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. And folks, I've got to go again. I thought I could hang out to the end of the
got 10 minutes
but I'm not
left.
going to make it.
You got 10 minutes left, old man.
I know it. I'm not going to make 10 minutes. Trust me.
Good
I'll
Lord.
be right back.
Makes you wonder how big his bladder is there. Pretty small, I'd say. Pretty small. Good
Yeah.
lord. Hysterectomies are cool because no more periods.
Yep.
Well, if that's what you want to do. I'm never getting the snip myself. After
Plus,
what
it's
month?
like when I asked my doctor after I had my son, could I get my tubes tied? This was a law at the time, and I got to look up to see if the Georgia law changed or not. You literally had to be in a relationship with someone, in other words, married, with 2 kids, and have the consent of your husband to have a tubal ligation.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I looked at the doctor and I went, "Do what now?"
That's Well, I mean, I guess you'd hope that you both discussed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, at the time I was a single mom, so I was a single mom at the time, so I was like, "Do what now?"
Monkey told me about the snip,
Yeah.
and I ain't getting it done ever. I'm just not. No, thank you. I'd rather not. When you hit 60, J Wolf retracting his message there before I could read it. Yeah, now that is is a sexist law. Yeah, I'd say so as well, probably.
Yeah.
As long as your partner knows about it. I mean, like it'd be pretty shitty if you went and got it done.
Yeah.
Without telling him. That's pretty.
I mean, it's like, if you're a single parent, it shouldn't be up to somebody else as to whether or not you want to get your tubes tied or not. Now, I can see if you're married and you've already had 2 kids and you're discussing whether or not you want a third, or if you want to prevent future birth, because that's a major decision in a marriage, and that needs to be at least discussed.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that, but
hold on a second, Maddie. Hold on a second, Maddie. Hold on a second, Mandy. Shut the fuck up. You know what I fucking meant, ball bag.
And yes, B junkie. I suspicion you're right. It's not the bladder; it's the prostate. That's probably my problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to make it, folks, but it became immediately clear that I was not going to make it to the end of the stream.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Feels
that.
like,
My body hates me.
Yeah. The other law that I think is still in Georgia, I think I'm talking to Jack, is if you're under 18 in Georgia and you're pregnant and female, your parents have to be notified. And I'm sitting here going, okay, I can understand parent, physician, patient confidentiality, but once you reach a certain point in your pregnancy, you can't quite hide it from people. I mean, it's there now.
Unless you're a humongous land whale.
True. But I mean, still, it's just, I'm against banning things too, Owen. I mean, it shouldn't be. The Alabama bill is a straight out abortion bill. I think it's a flat out challenge to Roe versus Wade, because it's literally no abortions unless it's a medical or mental issue or an ectopic pregnancy. That's it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's just is pushback against the left bills, like as in New York.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this is extreme. I mean, if it is that, and I'm kind of agree with you there, this is another childish tit for tat that really shouldn't be happening, because that's ridiculous.
Who is it? B Junkie in the chat did bring up a fantastic point when I mentioned how small your bladder was. He said it's not the bladder, it's the it's your prostate getting bigger.
Yeah, and that's probably is the issue. Probably.
Yeah, it gets bigger, be easier to stimulate. Kinky.
I remember when I used to be able to go from here, and I would often make trips down home to Kentucky, and that's about where I go to Kentucky is about a 5-hour drive, and I could make it halfway there before I had to go to the bathroom. Sometimes make it all the way there. Not anymore. But anyway, yeah, we're down to about 5 minutes left. So, questions?
Let's have some questions, guys. Let's have some questions from the chat.
Yeah, we'll give it a few seconds here for it to what we say to reach you guys.
Yeah, probably. What is the delay? About 30 seconds?
About 30 seconds,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah. Having a look through the chat. Owen asks if he can come on the stream one day. Well, that's up to Bloodwing, mate. It's not up to me.
Yeah.
It's his show.
One of these days soon, and no, I'm not opposed to it at all. One of these days soon, though, I do plan on having a stream where I'll have different one of y'all that want to come on for 5-10 minutes at a time, take turns coming on.
Yeah, I won't be here for that. Probably. I don't like calling shows.
Well, doing it because it just is a thank you to the subscribers.
Yeah.
They're animals.
Well, they are, but they're my animals, Hey,
Yeah, I only come on the show to support Bloodwing. Quinn the Cultist Bear, would you ever want to captain a wooden boat like a man of war? Well, I wouldn't like to captain anything, mate. Being a captain means a hell of a lot of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I wouldn't like to captain something like that, or captain anything really. Too much responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Too many things can go wrong. Well, if you really want to wreck your show, you can have me on, says Random American. Peter Ormond, you're going to get timed out as well, mate, in a minute.
Yeah, right?
For being an annoying shit. And Pumpkin Trucker, I will respond to your tweet after the stream, mate. The wife's in the chat. What do you think of 500,000 wanting Game of Thrones season 8 remade? Well, they're silly because it ain't gonna happen. Like,
well, yeah, it's an exercise in feudalism.
Mm-hmm. Take a long
I mean,
time
I don't have any idea what it's all about because I'm way behind.
It's just been so chopped up, and the writing's been so crappy, according to what I've been seeing, that a lot of people are not happy with the way the show is ending as a whole. That's the problem.
The last, I'm so far behind. The last episode I seen was Jon Snow getting stabbed.
See, the last episode I saw was the last episode of season 4, where Arya was going to the island to train to be a faithless. So I'm even further behind than you.
Yeah. People aren't happy because a lot of it's rushed.
Yeah.
We had 7 seasons build up to season 8. Winter's coming, the White Walkers are coming, and then it was ended pretty abruptly. A lot of the criticism, in my opinion, just isn't valid. But like things like rushing the show and whatnot, and just there's like a lot of like little things that a lot of people getting really mad about. Like, how did Euron shoot down the dragon when he was behind a rock? It's like, shut up. How did Arya get from one end to the other to stab the Night King without being seen? Things like that. There's a lot of stupid criticism, but like, the rushing is probably the biggest issue.
Yeah. See, what got me is I tweeted it. I think it was yesterday that I tweeted it out, or the day before, and I got into a lot of, conversations because people were complaining this last episode about Daenerys and her going, snapping. And I'm like, do we not remember the first season where the Targaryen clan was set up as a clan that succumbed to madness because of inbreeding, that the dad was a benevolent leader until one day he fucking snapped and killed everybody and made the throne?
Well, you can't use that as an argument because the Mad King was sent mental by the Three-Eyed Raven. Bran basically getting into his head and breaking him by accident. He's also responsible for breaking Hodor,
Yeah, I mean,
Hodor was just a normal fat kid, and then hold the door, hold the door, hold the door, Hodor.
yeah, I mean, I can understand the rushing thing if that's what they're doing. They're rushing it. I remember a show, TV show. In fact, it's on Netflix, I think, that I used to really like way back in the day. It was called Jericho.
Mhm.
It was a show about well, just a small town trying to get along after the bomb's been dropped, right? Basically was what it was about. And it was a really good show for a time. And then they just canceled it out of the blue. And because people kicked a fit and signed petitions and whatnot, they brought it back. Unfortunately, after they brought it back, it was really forced and rushed. And the finale of that show was just ridiculously bad. That most fans of the show were just left with a really bad taste in their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling come Sunday night when the final episode airs, the final Game of Thrones episode airs, people are going to be mad. They're going to be madder than they ever were.
Yeah, probably. But there's no way, regardless of the show or whatever, there's no way that you're going to make everybody happy. Somebody's going to be upset at something.
No, I don't think you can get all the steam in the world behind it. It's not going to happen. I can't see the actors and actresses that took part in it wanting to do it again.
No.
I just can't see that.
And the shows went on so long that a lot of them have aged quite a bit since the beginning of the show.
In regards to the two Daenerys, is what annoys me is like, but people like, she just went mental. She lost her mind. It was so sudden. Well, the thing is that there were moments throughout the last 7 seasons where you could see her.
Mm-hmm.
If she didn't have Jorah and Missandei with her to advise, and of course Tyrion later on, she would have done some pretty terrible things. She would have done very, very terrible things because she wanted to. She wanted to do some nasty shit because she had quite the temper on her. And of course, then she lost. She lost Jorah. She then lost Missandei. Was very much alone in the world, and she snapped.
And with that, we are past time actually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time to end the stream. All good things have to come to an end at some point. And 2 hours is the limit I've set for this stream. As always, thank you, chat, for coming out and supporting with your presence. And for those of you that were able to go a step farther and donate, I really do appreciate it. You don't know how much. Bear, thank you as always for coming out. Anything you want to show?
Yes, I mentioned it at the start of the stream. Released a video on the second channel. Did a commentary video on a bit of drama that was between Boogie 2988 and a YouTuber by the name of 8 Thoughts. It is mental health related. That's why I've uploaded it. Please, guys, go check it out. Watch the whole thing. It would really help support the channel. And let me know your thoughts in the comments as well.
Yep, go do it.
Cheers.
Maddie, thank you for hanging out with us. Anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, I actually started a ghetto stream again on Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, brunch with Maddie, where I cook, talk about good news, odd stuff that makes you go, what the fuck, and talk to the chat. So, yeah, come hang out with me on Saturday morning, and then, Papa in the afternoon.
There you go. There you got a full day planned.
Yep.
But again, thanks to everybody for coming out and supporting Redneck Radio. Be sure to tune in for the next episode, which will be Saturday at 2:30 EST.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, get out of my yard.
Bye, guys.
Bye.